Please hold on and don't give up. It is like several steps away from the accomplishment of the semester, your first semester. My presentation today will consist of two parts. First of all, it is the portfolio. Why it is portfolio? Because portfolio is the important documents for you as not only as students, but also later when you become a graduate. And then if you understand how to make a portfolio, it will be useful for you also to prepare for the design report that you have to complete in every semester, end of semester. And then the second part is the architectural presentation board. This will be one of your the required products that you have to submit for the end of semester evaluation. I know that this must be very boring, so please, I would like to play a quiz after I finish my lecture, the first part of the lecture, and then also the second part of the lecture. So please, I have opened the quiz, and then I would like you to join my quiz.com. I will have to chat maybe so that everyone could. And then please my Nasrul, for those who are late, please repost it later. Join my quiz.com and the code is 476244. Okay. This should look like this one. This one. We go to this later on. Okay, and why we should make a portfolio? Yeah, so portfolio is essential, a document essential for you to prepare since the. So sorry, I need to prepare. Even you are in the first semester. Yeah, so your portfolio is the most important record and outcome of your architectural education. So you start record from now, yeah, because it records the ideas, the processes, the result of your work as a designer in the architecture studio. It can also contain other kinds of information from your professional work in an architectural office. I should mute sorry for the noise. Sorry, you have to. How can I mute this?
Maybe you can right click on the tabs, Bu Nanda, and then you can. Okay, maybe you can right click on the Explorer tablets. Explorer tab, and then you can mute it.
Explorer tab. Which one is Explorer tab? Oh, the dot.
Yeah. No. On the quizzes. Maybe.
The quizzes.
Yeah. And then on the tab on the upper side of the tab, and then you can mute it. Right click and then mute the tab.
Unfortunately, there is no.
Okay. Sorry.
Oh my God! Sorry, I'm really amateur. This one. Oh my God.
The sound from the quizzes will not bothering your presentation.
So I will have to reduce the volume maybe. Yeah. Pak Galieh, if you have something, please raise hand.
Okay.
Just in case I don't hear you.
Right.
Sorry for that. Okay. Um, can you see my presentation, Pak Galieh? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. So and then why make a portfolio? So because it's a document with many functions. So it will therefore take different shapes, yeah, not only one, depending on the situation for which you need it. So you might want to make several portfolio for different purposes, yeah. For example, like for further study plan, if you want to for further study plan, you even have to make a portfolio in the for the design competence evaluation that will be that should be done in the end of semester 4. Yeah, and then design competence evaluation the second, which take place when you finish before you start the semester 8. And then upon your graduation, if you wish to further to continue your education, for example, architects professional program, yeah, in our department, and then to work in different areas to get apply for a teaching position, maybe as a teaching assistant, yeah, and then to help you win prizes and scholarship, you need the portfolio. And then there are different portfolios for different occasions, yeah. However, what remain the same is that they contain your work in a format easily transported physically or digitally. Yeah. But because of the pandemics, maybe we relied more on the digital format. Yeah. But basically the principles in traditional portfolio and the digital ones are the same, pretty similar. Yeah, but some like more benefits we have in digital formats. We will talk about it later. The most normal format for a portfolio resembles a small notebook like A4 because it's easy to mail, or a large book A1 that you can bring to like walk-in interviews. And portfolios in digital format exist as a website. And basic rules about the portfolio, it has to be, this is the traditional portfolio, the tough, yeah, and then beautiful, digital or traditional, could also clearly organized, very easy to understand, and even easier to use. Yeah. So what is portfolio? Basic rules about portfolio. First, it is a documentation, editing, message, and audience. Documentation is meant to keep every piece of work you produce in the studio, or maybe later when you start your career at the office, and in related visual, technical, or practical areas. And then it's all about editing, because you need to edit your work as clear as possible about your ideas and experience, and should only contain work that shows your strengths. Yeah, nobody wants to like reveal their weaknesses, of course. So you have to choose, you have to select your designs. Yeah, I mean your projects, or maybe try to find an angles that would show the strength of your project. And third is the message, to know exactly what you want to show and why. This is really important because otherwise it won't be meaningful. You have to think what message you want to convey so that those who read will understand and why. And audience, to understand your audience in order to have the best chance possible to communicate appropriately. For those who are, what is it, late, please, Mas Nasrul, please post the previous chat from me. Thank you. Two major types of portfolio: an academic portfolio and a professional portfolio. An academic portfolio can be, you can prepare from now because you have like pretty much enough material to create one. It should emphasize design and theoretical explorations in a specific topic in the interest of demonstrating suitability to a particular graduate program. Yeah, so I think this every one of you have already explored in each classes, right? I mean, when you try to find the inspiration from the nature and nature beauty and phenomenon, and you try to transform, do the design explorations, this is something that you need to convey in your portfolio or the design studio one. And a professional portfolio would showcase relevant technical skills or work experience with specific typologies that reinforces the alignment between author and a design firm. So because you want to be hired in a certain, for example, like renowned bureau, architectural bureau, or any offices. So you need to showcase particular interests of that company. Not particular interest. I mean, you need to respond. I mean, you need to be to show that your your work is relevant with the company's interest. And then first, don't forget to create an appealing CV page. That should start from, yeah, I think you have started that right, from in the mid-terms evaluation. So because the first page should make a good first impression. Yeah. Kenal maka tak sayang. So you have to showcase yourself here. You contact languages that you capable of, software skills, other capabilities or skills, experiences, all the, like, for example, like if you have participated in any competitions relevant to architecture or design or arts, you can put it here. Yeah? Not necessarily become a winner, no. I mean, to participate is an experience that not everyone has. And personal promotions, no. Maybe this is for after you graduate. And then mention your knowledge of foreign language, composition, and so on. And then don't forget to include your character and interests. For example, photography or traveling. This is something that is like would give the idea of about your personality. Yeah. And then that's really something that is relevant to your portfolio. And then preparing for a portfolio, you need to select, record, store your work. First rule, select only the best. So design report, a portfolio, sorry. Portfolio is different from logbook. Logbooks that you have to submit is like a compilation, a collections of all the project 1 to, or assignment 1 to assignment 4. So everything must go in that particular file, yeah, logbook. But for the portfolio, first rule is select only the best. Only include the work that shows your strength in particular areas and your breadth. Yeah, how wide is your breadth, your knowledge? And second rule, select work that communicates quickly and visually. So they won't like your lecturer or like yeah, not lecturer. Yeah, lecturer, maybe they paid attention. They should pay attention more. But for the professional practice, they have less time, maybe. Yeah. So you have to make it like make sure that you show only the best and it communicates visually. And then the rule: record and copy everything to get organized. And then you need to record on regular basis. And then to reflect on the work itself. Yeah, so because why you have to record, copy everything? Because why do you need to make like this portfolio? Because it means that you can organize every products and then record work, and then you need you have the chance to reflect on the work itself. How well have you achieved? How well have you done? And then develop the project itself when you have like a continuation. And then by looking at your portfolio, it would give you a sense of achievement, self-achievement. So don't forget to back up. Don't forget to like record everything. So storing your work, if you have like, yeah, because we are in the pandemic, so you don't have like you're not obliged to, yeah, you're not required to print your products, yeah. But if you have one, keep a hard copy of the folio on the flat file, like a plain chest like this. And then the copy digitals, everything. And then you can also hang your products on your room, or maybe in your parents, in your living room, yeah, so that everyone who come to your house will be able to see how well you have been doing as an architecture student. Be proud of what you have achieved. Yeah. Finally, when can you destroy your work? The answer is never. Never. And then scanning, reducing, reproducing your work. I think this something technical here, but it is important. The two most common image file types are TIFF and JPEG. JPG. The files tend to retain more information. Yeah. So if you want to store more information, use TIFF. But JPEG files are usually smaller and easier to save and convert. Or consequently, TIFF files give better printing results, while JPEG files are good for displaying on the screen. And graphic design. It's all about graphic design because your portfolio is your graphic professional resume. Think about the sequence and organization of that material. Use basic principles of graphic design. So this is something that you shouldn't forget. Yeah. In any kind of design report or presentations when you are studying architecture. use basic principles of graphic designs. And then one rule about the sequence of work in a portfolio suggests this one: placing your very best items first and last. This is interesting. Why? We will see later. Here, please look at this. So these are 3 different ordering methods that you can do. Yeah. The first one is the most recommended. Why? Because the strong project comes in certain order. First, you should have the strong project because it catches the reader's attention. And then it will come again. Then another strong project should come on the third. And maybe you can put something that you like, but maybe not your most strong project in between 4 and 5. Yeah. And then come again with number 6. It should be the strong project. And then make sure that you end the portfolio with the strong project, the best one. Because this the reader will remember. It's like a art performance, right? Performing arts, you will pay attention to the opening, like in the movie, and also in the closing one, because that's why you need to remember this. Why? Well, the second, because the other ordering methods are not recommended. If you start with chronologically, yeah, for example, the earliest project to the latest project. In the earliest project here, Galieh, can you see my cursor? Oh, thank you. So this earliest project may not present most recent skills, and reader will stop reading here. Maybe if you put here semester 1, semester 2, semester 3, semester 4, oh, the reader will stop here. They won't know that you probably have the best one in the latest project, but the reader will not get here. And then, so don't do this. You should not do this. And then the third one is the ordering method group by topic. So for example, this is academic work, and then professional experience, and design builds, something that like you design and you build that project in one period of time. And so flagship projects like number 2, 4, 7 are scattered throughout the portfolio and might be overlooked. So maybe they will miss this part. Instead, they will see number 1, number 2, which is not as good as the black ones. So this is not recommended. And then you might be wrong when you think that you need to only prepare one portfolio. Because if you like start your career upon graduation, you will need to modify to produce or to prepare some portfolios. For example, like academic, like 4 examples are 4. So start from sorting out the works: academic work, professional work, competitions, or design builds. Or maybe when you start upon your graduation, maybe you will have like only academic or curricular work and competitions. Yeah. And then you will have to prepare and think of how you will will like be hired by company A or company B, or if you want to pursue higher degree and master's degree at University X or at School of Architecture Y, for example. So it should be like finding what they are, that would interest them. Yeah, what, for example, like School of Architecture X is renowned for its like state-of-the-art technology, design, and so on. So, for example, like School Y is more about sustainable design and so on. So make sure of that. And then making portfolio or presentation board is about integrating image and text. So you need to break the traditional separation of image text to blur the boundaries between the two. Here, for example, you don't really see which one is the graphics, which one is the text, which one is the layout elements. Because by doing so, you can use words to highlight visual ideas and use visual ideas to construct a narrative. So all the image and text are composing certain narrative that you want to convey to the audience. For this, you can overlay individual images or image sequences with short paragraphs. See here, yeah, maybe here like one, like the graphics and the text, they take the same form, rectangular form, and then so other details I will explain to you. And how to integrate image and text. So include only the most essential textual explanation for each project. You don't need to like mangarang bebas, yeah, to like put every words, put every paragraphs on your design report, portfolio, architecture presentation board. Because architects are visual people and will respond more easily to an abundance of images than to a masses of text. So at the minimum, it's helpful to give, of course, some general information, yeah, like the title of the project, like this, Agri Activities in a Year. That's the title of the project. And then the site, where is it located, the city, the urban area, rural area, and so on. And then the program. What are you designing in this certain project, in this particular project? So like you can see that it is like, it is only a sporting. Siapakah itu? Febri?
Who is this, please?
Febri is annotating my screen.
Okay.
Maybe his brother or little sister.
Okay, please. Be careful, yeah.
Okay, it's okay. It's clear. Thank you, Pak Galieh. So thereafter, you can rely on the visual strength. So rely on the visual strengths of the design to communicate your ideas. And font types. Font types are also important. How many font that you need to use? Is only one, or at the most two in your portfolio. Types, yeah, font types. Because in architecture, text is usually seen as a compliant to images. So too many font types can be distracting. And then secondly, if you have choose one or two types, make a hierarchy of font sizes for different purposes. For example, like here, the title and the dates of the projects should all have one size, titles and the dates of the projects. Yeah. And then a brief project description should be smaller than the title, of course. Yeah. And then drawing or image has a third font size, for example, like the name of the, for example, like a more detailed information, yeah, or the paragraph itself. So make a hierarchy of font sizes. And then be consistent at how you arrange your text from right to left or centered. And then the font type is also important because most architects use text in the support of images. So they tend to use a visually neutral font types like Helvetica or Arial. And then layout and labeling should be simple, consistent, and inventive. And the layout will also depend on the format used and the orientation of your boards. So pay attention whether it is like instructed or to use a certain paper size or orientation, portrait or landscape. So a view, for example, here in this example, there is all the graphics and text are organized in such a way that it brings together, it creates a visual, it's organized together. So it is integrated to one another and create a continuous, a series of boards. Yeah. For example, how do you achieve that? You can use a visual element, certain visual elements. It could be an image. It could be here an image like look like, yeah, have like appear in certain several of the pages, right? The same images from different angles. And then a bit of text or another visual elements like here, the color. The color appear here, the pink color will appear in the third and the fourth, and then also in the second. And then the grayish mint also appear in almost each page. So it is a visual, an example of visual element. This one, the gestural splash of color. And then you can use also a background image, and also the row of images like this for the plans, for example, or sections or elevations. And then this one, so several examples. So your portfolio should have a consistent organizational scheme, as this unifies the document under a clear sense of order and highlights a bit of design intention in visual communication. So for example, like here, you can see this is something that you shouldn't do. You should choose the next one, because it's like two facing pages, right? So you should find a continuous visual element so you can here making like over extended to the next page. Here it would look like so boring. Like nobody would like pay attention to the details because the layout is already doesn't catch their attention. And here, instead of putting all the only drawings, but add some, for example, like certain details or certain like captions. And also don't put like too big, but like less detailed images. So rather than using only one big picture image, you can divide it into two different images. And then here, you shouldn't mix between strong geometric forms like this. Like if you don't have certain concept, particular concept related to that particular geometric forms. Yeah. I'm so sorry, it's become Pak Galieh. Bisa kedengeran nggak Pak Galieh suara saya?
Yes, Bu. There's no problem with your sound.
Dengar ininya.
There's no problem.
Laptop saya ya Allah.
Everything is okay, Bu Nanda.
Iya, tapi ininya saya ngehang. Pak Galieh bisa mohon stop share screen saya ya Pak.
Okay. Wait.
Makasih. Okay. Saya ulang lagi. Maaf, penyakitnya selalu seperti itu kalau. Iya, mohon maaf saya berbahasa Inggris karena saya yakin semua mahasiswa arsitektur bisa berbahasa Inggris, jurusan arsitektur, meskipun pasif mungkin ya, gitu karena tidak terbiasa. Tapi saya yakin semuanya pasti paham. Apabila ada pertanyaan nanti silahkan bertanya di kolom chat. Pasti paham semuanya, nggak mungkin. Okay, jadi rather than using circles, like combining, but use like squares, rectangulars. Yeah. So layout consistency resides in the use of base grid. You need to make base grids. This is something that you also need for the architecture representation board, or we called it here in UII APREP. And then portfolio should prioritize imagery. Yeah, because you know architects are visual people. Yeah. And then because architecture discourses and production mandates the ability not only to think spatially in spatial terms, but also to conceive of and communicate it to others. So make sure that you use various of graphic communication, sketches, drawings, computer renderings, simulations, and physical models. And don't misunderstand whether your freehand sketches will be replaceable with your computer renderings. Never. Because it's like what Dr. Hanif have already mentioned a few weeks ago. Your freehand sketches is a skill that all you need to, is very important skills as an architecture student, and you will need that to pursue your career. Here, others examples. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, this is not the last one, but in the PDF file, I think I have already mentioned the link, the book, yeah. Here, I will give the, the references in the end. And then this is like the plan here, light coloring, light line work, lots of detail. And here you have the model photo, and then this is where you put the isometrics. But the line work is light, but it consists lots of details. And you put it here, your text, yeah. And you can see that it is like have the same grids, yeah. You use grids for creating the layout. And then here, you should also have like something that stands out. This is a render, digital render. And then it can be extended to the next leaf. And then another, maybe from another angles. And then the model photos, you create physically here. And then this is the sketches. So sketches should have light line work, because otherwise it will like competing with your render, the final render. No, please make it, they should create a harmony. And then you see the model photos also like black and white or monochronous, so that it won't distract the attention to the focus, the render. And then this one, sketches, heavy line work. And then this one is plan, light coloring, light line work, and so on. The isometric. Okay, it's one example you can read later on. But please make it really simple. The simpler, the better. The more you look professional. And diagrams should have a light coloring, yeah, should never like stand out. It's like only diagrams. It's explain certain process, transformation process, for example. And you can also combine like black and white, like light line work with colored picture images like this, to make your design stand out. So all the other line coloring is only serve a context of the design. This is the side context of the design. And then which one would you like to see? Is this a page on your portfolio, in someone's portfolio? Definitely the second, the right one, right? Not the left one, because this is too hectic. Is everything? We become confused to which part. So better use to extra leaf, not, or delete some of the images that you feel not necessary. And color and texture, you can read later. Digital portfolio, everything applies the same, yeah. Graphic design between the digital or the traditional. However, the digital portfolio comes with a new aesthetic, technical, and organizational possibilities of its own. And then I think this one, I can skip this one. But when you're able to create a digital portfolio, it will offer a large number of possibilities, yeah. But it should be easy to read, easy to navigate, user-friendly, and so on. And don't forget to make beautiful and as original as possible. And don't forget that try to make digital portfolio expressive of your personality and interest. Several formats, CDs or PDF, to be emailed as documents. But don't forget to make it like a single documents, like separate documents. And a small, but but still I like have certain quality so that it will be easily viewed. So you don't have the reader won't have to load too long, yeah, to load the file too long. And then the most popular file is PDF because it's suitable with complex visual design. Yeah, and Adobe PDF is preserve all the fonts, formatting, graphics, color, and so on. Yeah, and are compact, can be shared, viewed, navigated, and printed easily. That's why you were asked to submit in PDF files. And this one is something that maybe if you have spare time, you can create a web-based portfolio. Will increase your visibility and potentially connect. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with starting your portfolio and sell yourself. Yeah, show your skills, competence. Yeah, and web page is basically a composite document written in HTML format. And don't forget to reduce the size for faster download. And then maybe you can add some web technologies like sound, animation, and so on. And these are some examples of my, like, because practicality, I use the samples from my classes. Yeah, this one is from the previous batch. Yeah, 2020. Like these are the logbook. So this contains of like, I choose like only 6 of like more than hundreds of pages. So start from the cover and also the portfolio or the resume. And then start from which the nature of elements or phenomena that, what is it? You get inspiration from. Yeah, don't forget to, it's like, you can see that there is certain grid for this, yeah, to make it easier to understand. And then the transformation from the nature elements or phenomenon, yeah, like the party diagrams, and then you need to put some text to support your sketches. And then this one, the like perspective or sonometry. And then this one, you should put everything in one certain types. Yeah. And then the final modules, don't forget to also do the final modules. So there are 6 different pages with almost the same, but using the same grids. And then this one is like more like the first semester students. This is the last semester students. Yeah, you can see that there should be a killer image. Yeah, but I don't know, maybe, oh no, sorry, this is portfolio. Sorry, this is not the design, the uprep. Yeah, but you can see that there is a certain color that will appear in every page. Yeah, that it will create serve as a visual elements that connect each of the page. Yeah. And then you can see that you don't have to put too many information. Even negative spaces like this, the blank, the white space are important because it give the meaning to overall design. Yeah, that if it doesn't exist, it would create like a confusing information, or it's too much. Yeah. I will have to skip this one. And then this is some of the examples from Arc Daily. So as you can see that this is portfolio, but I think the Basically the same if you want to also create a prep. Yeah, each image is cropped to the edge of the content. Yeah, so it's create like, you don't have to worry about if you put the crop into the edge of this content. The orientation of plans and diagram creates an interesting and flexible white space. Remember, the negative space are important, required. And if you have like wide background, it would easily look professional. And this one, monochrome with a strong contrast. Yeah. If you want to highlight this to make it stand out, so make it really contrast with black background. And number of different presentation techniques. Yeah. So for example, like using the maquette, the mock-ups, and then the digital drawing, as well as freehand drawings. Yeah, different tools, different techniques, different information that will convey. And then here, exactly one image, 4 different pages, exactly one image, not only one image, yeah, one image per page, not, sorry. So why is one image? Other information shown in minimal size to bring out the strength of the work. Yeah, so it could be, it looks simple, clean, and striking. And you see the blue are like almost appear in every leaf. So it becomes the visual element. So we move to the second one, the architectural presentation board. Maybe I will have to skip many things, yeah, because otherwise we will have what is it? We don't have much time left. And then here the architectural presentation board. So what is the purpose? It's a tool to showcase your work and providing an overall summary and a vision for the project. So it's likely to be like much bigger than a portfolio. Yeah. For example, like for our final assignment, the format, Pak Galieh, is it A2?
Will be on A2 paper, Bu Nanda.
Okay, thank you, Pak Galieh. So it's A2, so it's quite big. But the more advanced you are, maybe you will be assigned on to A1 or A0 boards. Yeah. So you have to have like a central concept, a big picture. So this is something, the concept that you need to convey. And then what are the architectural presentation boards used for? As students use them to present work for their professors and peers. So if only we had no pandemics, we would have like a thing like this, yeah, a studio print. And also for professional to present design to clients, committees, and so on. And representing, the first tip is it should represent architecture. So use graphics and text to represent your design ideas, yeah, and clearly communicate the details and the essential aspects. It's like more or less the same as portfolio, but you need to think like in a more big format, like it has less pages. Like for example, portfolio maybe some like more than 20 or 30 pages, yeah, or maybe 40 pages. But for APREP, you have only 6 pages at maximum, yeah. And then this is one from my students I supervised like here. So you can see that she used like something that would give the overall idea about what is she designed, right? So, and then in order to focus on this image, yeah, the most important image. This is the first page. Yeah, remember, this is the first page. You need to keep the blank spaces like this, like more like light outline, light line work like this, except for the title. Yeah. And then like minimum, very minimum, what is it? Drawings. Yeah, but it, for example, like here, the aerial view, bird's eye view, and here is the sectional drawing. Yeah. And then this one is the one of the site plan. And then this the location. And then the structure. Don't forget to sketch out your layout before you start. So you may have like making a present, like a design ideas like this. Collect together all the information. List out all the images you want to use. Text should be included. Yeah. Each graphic should use the same scale, unless there is a purpose of visual hierarchy like this. So then don't forget your name, yeah, your name on your presentation board. And then forget to include symbols, scale bars, and so on. And then the orientation. Pay attention. Are your boards are supposed to be presented in landscape or portrait orientation? How will the board be viewed? Will they be displayed in sequence that they follow on from one another? What size are your presentation boards going to be? For example, like here, one, you make some grids, like, so basically you should arrange your images and text in this certain orientation. So each, for example, each plan should have the same orientation. And then the layout. The most common layout is grids. Are grids. Is a grid, sorry. A grid helps you to organize elements on your page and produce consistency. Yeah. So it can include space, not only for the images, but also for the title bars, the page numbers, other information. And you use design like InDesign. You use software like InDesign. Yeah. Because it will allow you to set up master pages as a template. Yeah. I think we use InDesign, right, Pak Galieh? Because it is like if you want to print it, it will be like you don't have to worry about the resolutions. Yeah. And then also it's like it becomes handy rather than using, for example, like Corel Draw or Corel Draw, because it's for the, so this is very much recommended to create like design report, portfolios, and also the APREP. In hierarchy, so to receive more visual attention of your some images, don't forget to give like bigger one, like the killer image should be the highlight. It should stand out. And then don't forget to also, it should be viewable from a certain distance. And then the background. Keep your background plain. That's one of the key point. Yeah, because it allows people to see the key details of the board. And then a white background will make your images and text stand out and look professional. But whatever color you choose for your background, use it to your advantage. Yeah, it means that you need to be aware why you choose that certain color, but keep it light. And effective use like this of negative space can make your design look clean and professional. Fonts, make sure like this one is, keep the color of your font dark, black or dark gray to provide contrast to your light background. But please don't use like script or handwriting fonts for your APREP. No, yeah, avoid that one. Whichever font you select, make sure the style and the size are readable for your viewers before you finalize your boards. Yeah. And this one, for example, this is like a guidance. Yeah, you can check it later. For example, the title should be larger size, bold. Subtitle, you can make it italics, less bold, label, and so on. Like this one, you can choose which one you want to use. So the 12-point font is the standard one, the legible one. Yeah, so this should keep in mind, not only on your book, yeah, but also on your for your apparel. And this is an example from my studio several years ago. So you can see that like plain, like with minimalistic efforts, yeah, minimal efforts, like light background, yeah. And then the killer image should be on, you make sure that it is the biggest one, the most stand out one. And then don't forget to create a series of design transformation from the concept. And then the elevation, yeah. So this is like a project, designed by one, all of the participants choose the best from each class, and then they built that. So design and build like this. So we had Eko Prawoto for the jury, the external jury. What is it? So time constraint. I'm going to point out the time constraints. I know that maybe you, by the time you have to submit your final assignments, you feel very exhausted. Yeah. But please give yourself enough time to produce a well thought out, effective, visually appealing presentation. Yeah. So by doing so, your final product is able to showcase and highlight your talent and hard work. Yeah. So don't please hold on. You have worked hard, but don't quit before it is, but don't quit, never quit. And this one is another example of architectural presentation board. It is like, you know, that you can see that how the first page should not be very overwhelming, yeah, but it should showcase your like killer image, and then you need to use the, what is it, the grids, yeah, in order to arrange your information. And a series of drawing like this, mass transformation, for example, are something that would be, would catch readers' attention. We always want to know how someone came up with a certain design, yeah, like form, in terms of form. So the transformation are also important. And it's also some concept, like what is the exploration of the issues like this. And then the last page could show the like visualization of the design, yeah, more detailed information. Not only the concept, yeah, the concept goes in the previous, like here in the page, the previous pages, previous boards. But the final design would take the last and the second last page. This actually won the third, Pak Galieh, the third winner of ABRA, but it received a national, what is it, award, yeah. So don't worry. I mean, every jury has their own interest. So good thing about like final project is everyone who do the final project have the same chances, opportunities to be selected, because we don't recommend any of your project, because the jury, the external jury will assess that and give great recommendation. And this one is some of the programs to use. The InDesign is more appropriate one, and you can have like other. So use each piece of software in a way that takes advantage of its strengths. For example, like when you create a technical drawing, you need to use ArchiCAD or AutoCAD. If you want to like edit raster images, you use Photoshop. So you create what is it? Okay. Illustrator for something else, like create vector images and so on. So you can click this later on. This one, or you can click like some of the, or maybe I can click some, you can use the, what is it, the name of the, can I click this? Oh my God. Yes, this one, yes. Can you see, Pak Galieh?
Yes, I don't know, but it's still on your presentation, Bu Nanda.
Oh, sorry. I will have to renew share then. Thank you, Pak Galieh. Is it Safari? Yes. This one. So it is a website that offers free page. Yeah, you can create an account, and it's really like you can let everyone open your portfolio like this. Yeah. So it's like opening a book, but virtually. So I think that's all from me. So these are the references that I use for creating the lecture for today. And then the ebooks, you can click this link. Yeah. And then these are the websites.